Hello, I am Zach,
And I am Jack.
and we recently got the idea that we can make a talk show about video games since we play a lot of video games and we have a lot of video games. And we're both experienced. We're both about 15 years old,
Yeah.
so we've been playing for a while. So today, to start off our new show, we're going to start with the top 5 biggest disappointments
in gaming.
in gaming. First one, Halo Wars. Now, don't be discriminative with Halo or anything.
There's a little split here
There's a little
because
split here.
I'm not a huge fan of this game.
All right,
Zach is.
I know everything about Halo. I love Halo. It's my favorite gaming series of all time. There was parts of this game I did like, but more than I disliked. At first, it was fun. It was a good game, but it just kind of got boring, and it was kind of like it was a strategy game that it wasn't like
It was strange because Halo has always been, first-person shooters and
Yeah.
that, and then they
And
threw
we
in a
were like-
strategy game and was like, "What's this?"
yeah, like it's like oh this could be cool, but it kind of wasn't. It was I'm trying to think of the words here. It brought a new thing to the Halo series, but really there was nothing new that came into the
Yeah,
game. It was all just there.
I think the biggest problem was that fans of the Halo franchise are always like, first-person shooters, and they're not always interested in change.
Yeah.
They're kind of really set on what Halo has been, and they weren't really expecting a strategy. And when it came out, some people were like, "Oh, this is cool, try it."
Yeah.
Some people were like, "What is this? I don't want this from Halo."
True.
Like, why would you come out with it?
That's why you gotta think about that kind of stuff. All right, so number 2 we have Hitman.
Absolution. Zach doesn't have the game. I bought it. It is so fun. I would pick it up in a few months though because there's no save on the game. So the problem is that whenever you play the game, you save it and it says, "Oh, the game has been saved. Don't turn off your Xbox," that sort of thing. But then you go in and there's no save progress. So I'll play this game for like 3 hours, 4 hours straight. Get halfway through the game, I go back and I do the whole thing again. So the game itself is great, but until they fix that save thing, it's on like the edge with me.
All right, now we can talk about stuff we really know about here. Now we're
Controversial.
This is gonna be very people are
You're
gonna
gonna
get pissed off.
Hate on this a little bit, but
MW3. I'm a huge fan of Call of Duty also. I'm not the kind of person that's like, oh, Halo's so much better, even though I'm a bigger Halo fan. I played Black Ops and MW2 previous to this, which were phenomenal.
Great games. They were awesome.
MW2
they really brought it out
like so much new
from Call of Duty 4, and then just Black Ops just changed the game.
Zombies.
It just took stuff back.
It was great. Modern Warfare 3 sounded good on script. It's like, hey, your perks have guns. I mean, yeah,
your guns have perks.
My bad.
Your guns rank up in their own certain ways.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, it's really cool.
But stuff. People could, be more strategic and survival mode. But it didn't live up to the hype.
Yeah, it didn't. There wasn't enough, and it wasn't solid enough to changes.
Like, still, same graphic generation as MW2. Actually, I think this had worse graphics than MW2.
They felt weird. Like, the graphics on MW2, like, the lighting was nice, like, the shading, but this, it felt like it was trying to take a hint from Black Ops and be bright, but it didn't work.
Yeah.
It didn't go right.
Just, the maps, there was some good maps, but it was just, like, the maps were kind of like, none of them were really symmetrical, where, like, there could be advantage points. It was basically just everyone around in different directions.
There were maps that were like dome, which were good. I mean, you had the top of the dome, you had the center building, and there were good like sight lines. And then there are maps like what are some of them like?
I don't even know.
That French town, Italian town.
Yeah.
That map was cool for a little while until you found out that wherever you went, you were gonna die. People were always coming up behind you. There were always people in your spawn.
Yeah.
The spawning was horrible.
Dome was terrible.
Spawning in all the maps were terrible.
Yeah,
just
bad.
this game in general, the spawning was just so bad.
Another thing is that the campaign was kind of just like they extended it, kept on extending it with kind of no storyline for me. I'm sorry about that. This is how
I also didn't think they carried on the whole Call of Duty. And Call of Duty is not really a storyline game. It's there to play and have fun. Halo is more of the storyline title, but it's more for multiplayer. But I feel like there wasn't enough going on in the game.
And
it just kind of fell short.
Survival mode was a big disappointment to me. I thought it was going to be this big, huge, fun thing. It had some great map hacks.
Yeah, map packs were again. I just didn't love the maps in the game. They were all so tiny. There was never a map
And the
that
kill
was like
streaks,
huge.
kill streaks were good, but the only problem is that classic Call of Duty. You got one team, complete noobs, and then you got the other team that's just some guy with the AC-130
Exactly.
every 10 kills.
And I loved the 3 set system. I thought it was great. I felt like I ended up using the specialist system or the specialist streak exclusively. Support I almost never used, and assault I was messing around with. I was bored, but special is really where it was. Trying to get those Moabs and everything was just the fun of the game. But I just don't think it lived up to what the expectations.
Yeah.
That's why that's in that. And the
All
next one.
Now we have this one was a big one.
Brink.
Everyone thought this game was gonna be sweet.
Yeah.
With like when they first showed this game at E3, there was like crawling on
Parkour.
walls,
What?
parkour in video game first person parkour.
It was.
And a lot of customization going on. It was kind of like Borderlands graphics, kind of like cartoony, but no one really cared because it looked so awesome. But in the end, it was just like
the game was fun for like a month.
Like a week after this game came out, it went down to $20, and then another week came back down to like $10.
Yeah, it's still at 10. It just never really
It
got
never
good.
got big.
I think the problem with Brink is I think developers didn't keep enough. Like they didn't stay on top of it. It was a cool idea to like start off in like almost like a movie scene and you get into the multiplayer game, but it wasn't like it didn't work.
Yeah.
You always start off and the guns took way too many hits to take somebody out.
Yeah, and like in the E3 they showed parkour, but once you actually got into the game itself, you would realize that bad corners and hard passageways and stuff. It was very like kind of laggy when you did the parkour.
Limited, yeah.
It was very limited.
I was
what they showed you.
Hoping this game, when I first saw it at E3, I was like, oh my gosh, if this is Assassin's Creed first person with guns, I will never play a game again, because that's what it looked like, right? You were jumping off walls, you were wall climbing and vaulting everywhere with a gun, and it was first person, so it looked great. But what happened is it just, like you said, it was laggy, it wasn't really great, the guns weren't all awesome. I found out that I thought it was like a good rank up system, but what happened is you would get to around rank 20, you have all the guns, you'd have every attachment. There was no replayability. There was no reason to go play the game again. Like I have everything in this game, and I only have like 4 hours into it, and I'm just done playing it. There's no reason to go play it again. That's why it just wasn't.
All right, now for number one. This one was huge. Everyone thought this was going to be the next generation of video games.
Homefront. It's just.
This game is so bad. I go to GameStop today, and they'll have a sale. It'll be like $10 for all of these games. The whole box will be Homefronts. No one wants Homefront.
It's just they were, I guess, who made this, THQ. They were like, oh, Call of Duty has some small maps, fast-paced game, and sweet Battlefield, large maps. Let's put something in the middle.
Yeah.
Everyone will love it.
And it like in the trailer, it was like North Korea's taken over. Sounded like it was gonna have a great storyline, and it had like the awesome kill streaks, like the mobile tanks.
32-person game battle, so you're kind of getting to the PC area. Not really, but enough that console players were like, oh, cool, more people.
I mean, they were featuring, they were saying stuff that just didn't live up to the hype they were talking about. I thought this was gonna be a great game.
I thought it was a cool storyline, but let's be honest, North Korea is never going to invade the U.S. It's just not gonna happen.
We're doing with that right now.
Yeah, like if you guys have been watching, this is currently the news about them saying they're going to launch nukes on us. Like, come on, North Korea. Calm down. It's not going to happen. We're America. Yeah. But those are, what is that, 5? Those are
that's the top 5. All right, so
most disappointing
hope
games.
You enjoyed this, and stay tuned for other things. All right, see you.